Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're a new subby, thank you for watching this video, and if you're an old subby, thank you guys for always coming back to watch my videos. I love you guys so much. Today I'm going to show you all how to make an auto ghillie with side ruffles, and what we'll be needing today are: number 1, your satin fabric, 2 pins, scissors, thread and needle, and sewing machine. So what I am holding right now is my base ghillie, and I'm going to fold this into 2. I'll also be showing you guys the measurement I use. Don't forget to fold this base ghillie, the base fabric, into 2. So the measurement that I used for this, guys, is the width. The width of this is 13 inches. 13 inches, while the length of this is 24 inches, but then the total length is 48 inches. So I'm going to divide that at the middle so that it gives me 2 equal halves. So by then it will be 24 inches and 13 inches on both sides. There we have it, guys. This is what you must have achieved should look like. So this right now is my hook. This is what will enable me to tie the base ghillie at the back. Don't forget that you have to cut this into 2 equal halves. The width that I am using for this today is 10 inches, while the length is 6 inches. So I'm just going to cut out the excess right there. So guys, I'll pick up my base ghillie, which is my base fabric, and I'll fold the edges like this. And I'll just secure that with my needle so that while I take it to the machine, it doesn't unravel. So these folds will serve as my pleats. I'm going to create 6 pleats, guys. And like I said, I'll be securing that right there with pins. And I'm also going to carry out the same procedure on the second half of the base fabric. So guys, once you've stitched your first fold, your second fold should cover the first fold stitch line like this. And this is what you should do on all the pleats. So while you sew, you remove the pins. While you sew, you remove the pins. I'm going to carry out the same procedure on the second half of the base fabric. So guys, this is what yours should look like. You have to bring the 2 fabrics together in order to create a V in front like this. So I'm going to mark out a part. On your satin fabric, you discover that you have a shining part and also a dull part. So after marking out a part, make the 2 shining parts to face each other and then stitch. And then just sew it like that. So that's what I am doing right now, guys. The 2 shining parts should face each other. So guys, pick up your hook and let the shining part of the hook face the shining part of the base fabric, and try making it look like you're trying to make a sandwich, and then stitch at the edge right there. So because you are trying to create a neat work, make sure that you take your base fabric inside the hook and then stitch the edge of the hook also. You understand what I am doing in the video as we move on. Just stitch the edge of the hook. By this time, you discover that you are stitching the wrong side of the hook. After stitching it, which is the dull side of the hook, after stitching it, flip it over to the shining part of the hook. So guys, this is what you must have achieved after everything. This is what your auto ghillie base fabric should look like once you're done. So I'm going to create my ruffles right now. And I'm going to cut out 2 fabrics, and the measurement for the first fabric as to the width of the fabric should be 13 inches, while the length of the fabric should be 34 inches. I'm also going to pick up the second fabric. The measurement for width should be 10.5 inches, while the length should be 27 inches. Then I'm also going to fold one of the fabrics like this. I'll also do the same thing on the second fabric and then stitch the edge. So guys, I've hand stitched this. The edge should face, that's the point which you've stitched, should face the middle of the fabric. Then pick up your ruffles with your thread and needle, the way you can see me do in this video. The place that you've hand stitched should be at the middle of the fabric while you create your ruffles. And while creating your ruffles, you don't have to create to the end of the fabric. This is what yours should look like. Don't create your ruffles all the way. After doing that, I'm going to place my ruffle on my base fabric and then pin everything together. So guys, once you're done creating your ruffles, every area that you've used pins, remove them and replace with your thread. That's, you're going in with your thread and needle just to stitch those areas up. You don't want to use pins for this at all. So I'll be removing my pins one by one, that's one after the other, and I'll be tacking everything up there with my thread and needle. Once you're done with tacking your first ruffled fabric, you have to pick up your second fabric and repeat the same process over again. Create your ruffles, but don't create it to the end of the fabric, and then place it on top of the first ruffled fabric that you created and pin everything together. So guys, once you're done pinning, replace every area that you've pinned with your thread. Go in with your thread and needle just to tack everything right there. So this is what your ghillie should look like. But then you discover that your fabric will always tend to fall. If it does this, go to the back of the ghillie and then tack the ruffled back of the ghillie to the base ghillie. This is very important. You can do this all the way. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I do hope that this video has been helpful to someone. If it has, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, like, and share. And also don't forget to turn on your notification button so that each time I post, you get the notification and you'll be the first to know. If you've not watched my previous videos, please do that. Please do that. I'm going to place this ghillie on my head so that you guys can see how beautiful it came out. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you all in my next video. Bye bye.